This video is sponsored by Webull, and from today until December 28th, Webull is giving away free stocks and crypto. So when you open your account and start with any amount, you're gonna get 2 free stocks. And then when you activate Webull crypto trading and make 1 crypto trade worth $1, then you're gonna get $5 worth of any of these coins. So make sure that you use my link in the description below. Now to the video. Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Foxtail Digital coming to you again with Black Girl Stocks. And this is a weekly update of what's going on in the stock market and with the top 3 option plays that we are watching this week, all right? So the 3 stocks that we were looking into were Qualcomm, Advanced Micro Devices, and Apple. And if you haven't seen our top 3 options plays video yet, then pause this video right now and go and watch that, all right? So make sure to leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. So some of what's been going on in the stock market this week: the Federal Reserve's 2-day monetary policy meeting started yesterday on Tuesday, where they're basically going to have a 2-day discussion of how they're going to handle the country's high inflation rates. So back in November, the US inflation amount was the highest that it's been in almost 40 years. Just off of that news, analysts are expecting the central bank to speed up its tapering process and start to tighten monetary policy sooner. I know you've been hearing a lot about this for the past 2 months. Every week there's something new about higher inflation, interest rates, federal bond tapering, and all this other stuff. So just an easy way to think about inflation is when something like a good or service costs more than it did before, that's an example of inflation. So the same amount of money is gonna get less value now than before. I mean, just based off of that, you can see how higher inflation can affect your pockets personally. And it also causes higher interest rate levels. If anybody has a credit card, or if you've ever taken out a loan, student loans, interest rates are basically what you pay to borrow money. And then at the same time, that's the money that lenders get for giving out loans. And the federal government, they have a few different ways that they can stimulate the economy during a crisis. So when we had our pandemic, everything was shut down. Literally, I'm surprised that the economy didn't go into a complete chaos. The government did a lot of things to kind of keep us afloat. And they can do a few different things like printing more money, putting more money into circulation, and that's going to lower interest rates. And they can also buy government-backed debts and bonds, and that also helps to stimulate the economy. So roughly every month since the pandemic started, the government has been buying $80 billion worth of treasury debt and $40 billion in mortgage-backed securities. That's every month. Billion. Yeah, I said billion. Back in November, the Fed said that it was going to start to cut bond buying by next June. So they're still going to be buying, they're just going to buy less. That's essentially what the tapering process is. Oop. And this is literally just in maybe an hour or so ago, the Fed actually announced that they're going to be doubling the pace of the taper to 30 billion a month instead of the 15. So this just came out today. And if you guys have seen any of the stock charts, a lot of stocks had a quick move up in price, and a lot of that had to do with this news. So, and just personally how this could affect your pockets, people are gonna probably want to start paying off their credit card bills or any type of debt faster to avoid a lot of that extra interest rate. All right, so just a quick update on the option plays from this week. So we were essentially bullish on QCOM. When we were starting this, it was around 183.88. I mean, at market open, it had already surpassed that, and we had a target price of 190. Now, it literally hit that in about 15 minutes, and then it started to fall back down. You know, that was a little disappointing for that position. But yeah, you'll see it really fell throughout the week, Monday and Tuesday, down to 179 on Tuesday. But on Wednesday, you'll kind of see it did move back up towards the end of the day, essentially up to 189. Golly, this is just kind of something that happens with the news. You know, we can go off of our patterns, and it breaking out of this this little resistance that it was in. It looks like it did do that, came out again, and it broke out above that. So going into the remainder of the week, I really just want to see if it continues in that upward motion. You know, if it continues moving up, then that would would be great. And as far as the actual option position that we were looking at the December 23rd 187.5 call. So when we were looking at this, it was the premium was $2.62, and as of today, the last price for it was $5.10. So that has increased in value. So if you were still holding on to that position and you wanted to take profits, I would feel no ways about that. Do that. Oh yeah, literally somebody, I just checked the message. I think it was on Facebook. Somebody just sent that. So this is going to be an answer to that question. I'm going to send this link to you and I'm going to tell you, shouts out to you. I forgot your name. And next was AMD. Now we were bearish on this. So we were starting this position around 138.55. Like I said, we were bullish on this, and really the reason was just chart patterns. So just going back, you kind of see how we were in a downtrend and it kind of had a little bit of a flag pattern. So this is where we started this week. Now you'll see it did go into that market open Monday. So you'll see Monday it dropped a little bit and it closed around 133. So that was a pretty good dip on Monday. Tuesday it's kind of started to pop back up, and then you'll see on Wednesday it continued up. So to be completely honest with you, I feel like this position was a very short position as far as the bearish move with this downtrend or with this downward flag pattern. So it pretty much did what we wanted there. Boom, did that there, and we were starting around here. So it continued that little dip and now it's moving back up. So going into the remainder of the week, I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be too much to assume that, you know, it might fall again. So, you know, that's kind of something to look into just with this pull up from the Federal Reserve news. Now, as far as the actual option position that we had on this one, we had a December 23rd. This was a put and it was the 136. Okay. So yeah, this one definitely lost value. When we were looking at it, it was $3.75. Now, $1. So this one definitely lost value because it has moved up in price. So, okay. Now this chart right here, this is the actual option contract. So you see AMD week 23. This is the actual option contract that we were looking at. And you'll see here that, yeah, it hit it. Oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay. So if you guys got into this on Monday and you held on to it and you got out on Tuesday when it did kind of hit that high, on Tuesday it went up to $7. So it went from $3 to $7 and it's just continued to drop in value for the rest of the week. So that's why if you do get into these plays, take your profits with that, because that was a really, really good increase in value with that position. Short term. Long term, I don't know. Like I said, that was a very quick little play. Okay, and the last stock, Apple. Okay, so Apple for the past 2 weeks, and this week we were going to be bearish, just anticipating that continuation of that pattern, and it just continues to do what we like. Okay, so this is how that pattern played out. Did that, boom, came back up. Did that, boom, came back up. Now this is where we entered it. This is where we started this. Now I had that good little drop, boom. So I hope you guys took some profits on that, because you'll see as we had this Federal Reserve news at the end of the day on Friday, I mean, it basically jumped back up to where we started in the week. Did its thing. It dropped down to 172. We had a target of around 175. So that's even better. So that definitely was a time to take profits, and you'll see it still dropped a little bit more. But after that Fed news, boom, it just jumped back up to pretty much where we started. As far as that option contract goes for the 175. So this is a 175 put. It's this right here. Now, when we were looking at it, it was the premium was $2.46, and right now it is, the last price I see for it is $2.04. So this has lost value as of today because of that crazy price increase. But if you were actually looking at this we started off around $2.46, and you'll see up until Tuesday it actually moved up to $5. So if you had this option contract up until Tuesday, definitely would have gotten some good profits. It dropped a little bit, came back up today. So if you had some faith, it did come back up when the stock dropped a little bit up to $5. So that would have been a good time to take profits. And then at the end of the day, you'll just, I mean, golly, you probably just looked at it like, man, if you were holding on to it, it definitely lost a lot of value. So that's why it's really good to take those profits. With this news and the way the stock is looking, probably not. It might continue upwards past that previous high of 82. That's a possibility. I mean, even just looking down here at the MACD indicator, it's looking like it's about to do something pretty crazy. Okay, it's looking like it could get a little reckless. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for these 3 stocks for the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys got some profits, and I hope you trade well. Now, make sure that you check out this video that I posted on the golden cross, okay? So it's just a crossover with your 50 and your 200 moving average. Great indication of how to pick a stock, how to find entry and exit positions and things like that. So make sure you guys check out that pressure, okay?